Today, we're going to make 10 key predictions for Game of Thrones Season 7. Here with me, Sir James.
Hello.
I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James.
Now, we're making 10 exact ones that we honestly believe will happen and trying to avoid hype, bar maybe one prediction.
Oh, oh, there's hype.
Yeah. I'll kick us off.
Please do.
My first prediction. Now we have a lot of bachelors in Game of Thrones now.
Okay.
So by the end of season 6, we've got Cersei, who's unmarried. We've got
She's a bachelorette, I believe.
Bachelorette. We've got Daenerys, who's unmarried, and Jon Snow, who's now King of the North, who's unmarried. Sansa, who's unmarried. Bunch of people.
Euron,
who wants to get married.
Jorah.
Jorah, he's always married.
Davos. Prime bit of beef there.
So there's a lot of people that could kind of wed and from that form new, more important alliances. And my initial thought of it was, well, Daenerys is coming down. She's going to marry Jon Snow, and everyone's going to be happy. And then they find out they're related. It'll be like Star Wars, like, but then I was like, that's too easy. It's too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring it back. Wouldn't it be harder if Cersei was the one to get married? And then I was thinking, would Cersei be able to marry Jon Snow? And unlikely because Jon would. You know, there's one part that Jon, who he believes is his father, Ned Stark, died thanks to Cersei's son. But Cersei did publicly say, please give mercy, do not do this. So she could say that kind of, you know what I mean?
They both have something to gain as well.
Yeah.
Because she will want the North on her side.
Definitely.
Which she will get if she marries Jon. Jon will get a huge army to fight off the White Walkers.
Yeah.
So
if she promises,
so they both have something to gain.
If she promises, if you help me defeat Daenerys, I will help you defend the wall with your little. But then I was like, that's
seems unlikely.
Would Jon Snow do that, especially with Sansa being like, no, they're evil.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, someone else who they could marry, who Cersei could marry, Littlefinger.
Ooh, oh god! I'm just picturing it now. Ooh.
Littlefinger is kind of, we saw the last time we saw him, he's staring down Sansa. He's admitted his dream in his picture in his mind of him being on the throne. Now, he may sacrifice the idea of being on the throne with Sansa by being on the throne with Cersei.
What's more important, Sansa or the Iron Throne?
Yeah.
We know the answer.
And if he marries Cersei, he will be so close to the Iron Throne, especially... I've done it in the wrong order. My other prediction, I'm jumping ahead here.
Can I just say something on this one before?
Go for it.
Isn't he still technically Warden of the North?
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
well, she said to him, if you take Winterfell, I'll make you Warden of the North. The king will make... now Cersei is...
According to her...
Yeah, Littlefinger.
Obviously to the north it's not.
Yeah.
But to her, legally,
yeah,
probably is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because, the other part of the theory is that Littlefinger's going to have to kill Little Robin. He's going to have to kill Little Robin.
This is your set other prediction.
Yeah, this was another... I should have said it the other way around, but he's going to kill Little Robin, which will then put... And anyone else who tries to claim for that area for the Vale. And then be in charge of the Vale, marry up with Cersei, have the Lannisters and the Vale be able to... So you would have a kind of three-way battle still. Jon Snow with Sansa and the North trying to fight with Littlefinger and Cersei towards the middle, trying to keep off from both ends. And then Daenerys coming with the Martells and the Tyrells coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! I know there's another popular theory that Cersei might marry, what's his face? Euron Greyjoy.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's got loads of ships. And
as soon as he gets turned down, he's like, well, second best.
Yeah.
They'd be a good evil power couple as well.
They would, yeah. Because they wouldn't get on at all. It's like, so I'm king now, right? And she's like, no, I will kill you in your sleep. I've killed a king before.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 2 predictions in one there. Your next prediction, please.
As we all know, the Night's King, one of the best things about him, or one of his best powers, is that he can resurrect the dead.
Oh yeah.
But in the form of wights, W-I-G-H-T. I think we're going to see some familiar faces, aka Hodor.
Oh my god, yes!
In the form of zombies/wights, and there's going to be some horrible moments where we're going to be like, oh my god, Hodor's back! Oh no, he has to die again.
Yeah.
And who else has died north of the wall?
Yeah.
All of those Night's Watchmen.
The Mormont guy.
Yeah, a bunch of people. A bunch of wildlings. Like, and not even that. If they get to Castle Black, kill all of them, they're all resurrected. Jon's face to face with the buddy he made.
Yeah, all
and
of
the further south they get, the more of our old friends we're gonna see zombified.
Yeah,
it's gonna be sad.
You see, there's a lot of articles online of like, if you would like to see a character come back alive, who would you want to see?
Yeah.
And he's kind of going to do this, and then we're going to regret it. We're like,
no, all your old favourites.
No.
Yeah, you could even bring back like 1-1 and Ramsay Bolton and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all just back.
Yeah.
Deader than ever.
Yeah, assuming they don't burn these guys. Yeah, they could just. That's good.
You know that big pile of bodies from Battle of the Bastards?
Yeah.
They're all back.
Yeah. The Hodor one coming back.
Yeah.
That's going to bring a lot of tears.
He's got giant's blood, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be
super strong, yeah.
No one wants to fight that.
Oh my god. And there might be a few dead giants who've already died.
Yeah.
And are part of it.
Dead mammoths.
Yeah.
You can bring back.
Mammoths riding giants, yeah.
As I mistakenly said, yes, thank you.
Oh wow. I'm a bit sad now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, me too.
So, well, moving on to the next prediction. Mine's just like, what's gonna be a scene in the next season? Obviously, all of this is really. But I believe there's going to be an extensive flashback of Harrenhal.
Okay.
The whole Rhaegar Targaryen, get to see him when he's younger, kind of chirps in with Lyanna Stark and
hello, like on his horse, right?
And in front of everyone. And I know there's ideas that Rhaegar was actually going to overthrow the Mad King, and that's why he pulled together all of these different lords from all the different houses to gain their support for him to take over as king, and to kind of show a nicer side to Rhaegar, because Robert won the rebellion. You know, they named it after him, and he won it. History is always written by the good guys. So the victors.
Yeah, the opposite of what you said.
Yeah, the victors. So even if Robert wasn't the nicest person, he's going to make himself seem the hero, and Rhaegar as the villain. And maybe I feel as though next season we'll get a whole extensive scene with all of these old faces, all these people we've heard of, all the young cast of all the young Starks and stuff, and even the young Lannisters and that.
Yeah, but we saw a bit of that when we had in Arya's storyline, when she saw the play and how sort of twisted it was, and that's the way it's presented, because that, we all know, we know the truth that Ned Stark was the good guy. Yeah. So that would be a pretty interesting way to look at it. I like that. I think it as well. I'd be up for it as well, as opposed to just a nice little break from the story constantly pushing forward. Yeah. Possibly Bran will be there in the background, looking intensely looking. Yeah,
like when he was seeing his cousin being born, he's just standing there like,
"Good Lord!" I've got one. For a while now, we've been seeing more and more acts or things that have been done supposedly or potentially by gods. Oh. So we have a bunch of different gods. So obviously the one we've seen the most of is the Red God. Yeah. Bringing people back. We've seen things like the Faceless, or the God of Many Faces, or whatever. Him supposedly granting the Faceless Men their power. We've also maybe seen the Drowned God bringing Euron back. Yeah. Sort of. I think we're going to get to see or hear for ourselves, probably more hear, one of the gods speaking.
What through someone will say?
I don't know, looking into the fire. That's how Varys heard.
Yeah.
But I think it might also turn out to be Bran.
Oh,
right. So we're going to be like, mind blow. The gods just spoke to Varys or whatever.
And it was...
And then cut away, you see Bran, to like his limp body touching a weirwood tree.
Oh, I love it.
And
so perhaps...
So it's like a double...
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my god,
You could have it so that... Oh my god, this is brilliant. You could have it that Bran spoke through the fire... Well, spoke through the fire to the guy who was torturing Varys.
Yeah.
And something like, you must protect the realm. Something like that.
Back Jon Snow.
Yeah, put your money on Daddy.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
And so at first you're like, oh my god, we just had the gods in Game of Thrones. Then 2 episodes later, you're like, oh, it was Bran the whole time.
And Bran could be a lot of the kind of visions. Yeah, can he give visions? You know, when everyone looks into the fire, can he actually implant a vision into someone's mind?
A vision into
them?
Or maybe because the Three-Eyed Raven gave it to him. Obviously they were there next to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't know what he's capable of. We don't know how powerful he can become.
We don't know, no. But he has had visions, hasn't he? He's had dreams and stuff that hasn't happened
He used to have visions of him walking around seeing the Three-Eyed Raven.
Yeah.
And if the Three-Eyed Raven could give that to him, why can't he give visions to someone else?
And isn't that something similar to how like Jojen found him? I can't remember. It's been a while now. But
I think so.
He kept on dreaming about a three-eyed raven.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, love it. Bran is actually God. He is.
Kind of.
The Bran is God theory. You heard it here first.
The Bran is God theory. This is going to do the rounds in about 9 months' time.
Moving on. I've got another one equally. I think I've already told you that.
Okay.
So we've seen Samuel Tarly get to the Citadel.
We have. I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and then he met that guy with the cool glasses, who was quite rude.
The Monty Python character.
Yeah,
right.
No women and children.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quite cool, whatever. And he said, "Oh, we've all these all of these problems and all these new foundings of what you're claiming has happened at blah blah blah's died and this person and that. We have to bring up with a kind of great grand maester or like leader of all of the maesters. And I wonder, is that person going to be Howland Reed?"
Ooh.
For those people who are like, who? Howland Reed being the father to Jojen Reed and Mira Reed. And Mira and Jojen were the ones with Bran going beyond the wall. To be with those guys, to be the father of those guys, and was also there at the Tower of Joy incident with Ned Stark. So
didn't he save Ned Stark?
He saved him. Yeah, he killed Arthur Dane.
Yeah, but
it was always said that Ned killed him fairly in a battle, not that he was stabbed in the back by Howland. So my kind of theory is it kind of plays into the fact, one, we haven't seen Howland Reed for forever. Seemingly since this incident, no one has really seen him. If he had these Tower of Joy events happened, he had a change of heart. He's like, all right, I'm going to become a maester, keep secret, get away from it all. And then this whole time he knows this information. The Citadel also has all of the official records of everything. So of who, who's married to who's the parents of whom, blah 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 blah. And Howland Reed, being in that position of power of being a Grand Maester, he could say, yeah, Jon Snow's parents are, and the marriage was.
And he's just been sitting on this for 20 years.
He could just be sitting on it, and then when it's now obviously they wanted to keep it a secret before, but now they don't, and his word is, quite reputable. You would imagine that he makes that into effect, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god."
Maybe he's even bitter about Ned Stark getting all the glory, when really he, like half-dead Howland, stumbled and just stabbed Arthur Dane in the back, and now everyone's like, "Well done, Ned!
Yeah,
brilliant work."
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
You told me this about 10 minutes before we started recording, so my mind was blown then. But I love that. I love that, and they have to get a really good person to play that character.
Yeah, I believe you suggested
Ian McKellen is who I like, but
yeah.
even though he might be a little bit old to be Howland and Mira's father, but
it would have to be someone the same age as Sean Bean, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose. Oh well, I'm
But
sure there's
whoever they get,
plenty
yeah.
of good actors out there.
Yeah.
I got a nice simple one next. Melisandre is going to be burnt alive. That's going to be her death.
Right.
It would be nice and poetic as long as she had a nice. Because I still like her in a way.
Yeah.
She's done some bad stuff, but all of it has been.
But she believes. She honestly believes.
Yeah.
That burning a child.
Yeah.
Would bring them victory, and that was the only way.
And she was so convinced of this, she got a father to burn his own child. But I just think as long as it is for something, it would be nice and poetic if maybe she thought, well, this is, if I'm going to truly show my support of not only my god, but the person I believe is Azor Ahai, I'm going to sacrifice myself, sort of thing. Yeah. And she's old now. She's old underneath all that magic makeup. Yeah. You know, so it would just be, I think, a nice... A lot of people are going to die.
What if she, part of their Azor Ahai prophecy is that who's going to fight the Battle of the Dawn, that in order to temper his sword and to turn it into the Lightbringer, he had to put it through the heart of his wife,
my next prediction, since we're covering this anyway, is that we're going to actually get to hear this prophecy. Yeah. People like you and I, we know, I mean, I don't know word for word, but I know roughly the Azor Ahai prophecy, which, it's, for anyone who doesn't know, James was kind of just explaining, it's basically the prophecy of, this is the bestest person ever, they're going to save the world. This is who Melisandre thought it was for Stannis. Now she thinks it's Jon Snow. And
the rest of the Red Priests think it's for Daenerys.
I think it's Daenerys, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get to hear that prophecy. Possibly. Full. I would like to hear it. Her recounting it to somebody before the titles of the first episode of the next season. Because I think it is that important that we can
for someone to read it out.
Yeah.
Just have someone like, so who is Azor Ahai then? Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, exactly. Or if not that, I mean, subtly weave it in, obviously, but
it would be finally cool to, and as well, I wonder that there's certain scenes that have happened through the series that if you know the Azor Ahai prophecies, such as when we get to Jon Snow's birth and the one of the lines from the prophecy, Bleeding Star, he was born underneath Bleeding Star. You've got the sword, which is made from a star, and the bleeding and the blood that's everywhere on the sword included.
Even more than that, in the second season, there was a shooting star. And there was a trail, or whatever.
All the way through the first season. There was, but if you knew the prophecy already, you'd be like, well, there's a bleeding star. Oh, there's one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You'd just be so like we are already with those who have heard of the prophecy. So if you say the prophecy after the fact, then people who are just following the TV series would have to look back and be like, oh yeah, and then slowly piece it together. Yeah, I like it. I think that will happen. Yeah.
And I just want to hear it. I mean, in a way, I would have liked to have heard it ages ago. Yeah. Because I don't think they've ever really touched on it.
No. Other than his the prince that is promised, I believe that's been mentioned by Melisandre.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, he's the prince."
And about the idea of a Lightbringer sword, but not how to get a Lightbringer sword. They just do it as a ritual and set like Stannis' sword alight. Yeah.
So that's my last two kind of bundled into one.
Yeah. How many have I got? I've got one more, and then I've got one that's hype. It's all hype.
What kept you alive? Right, go on.
I've said this one before, and I cannot wait for this moment to happen. They've got some sort of hints towards it already. One it's to do with the north, the very north, with Bran being marked by the Night's King. Yeah. Some people believe that now he's still marked. Obviously, he didn't rub it off or anything. Yeah. That he's just
get to a sink like. Thank God that's gone.
Imagine if they realised they could just wash it off. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, all those people died. But why didn't they chop his arm off?
Because his arm was still in the. What? Just chop it off and quickly throw it back out of the cave? Like nah.
Like we're in that cave.
I don't know.
But
they didn't have much time.
They didn't, no. So he's still marked. So either A, he's going to have to chop off his arm before he can get past the wall, which would be a cool scene. Not only has he lost the ability to walk, he's lost an arm as well.
The more powerful he gets, the more until he's just like eyes.
That's a prediction there. I didn't even mean to that one. But either way, I don't think that marking is going to interrupt him getting to the wall. And what I think is a bigger theory behind all of it, that this wall made out of ice
and magic
wasn't made, as many are led to believe, wasn't made by the first children, by the children of the forest and the first men.
Neanderthals.
And well, not the, was it Neanderthals? I'm not sure, but yeah.
I think so. Okay, go on.
It wasn't made by people. It was made by the White Walkers, and they made that wall to keep us out from them. And then we still went over there, and we've really annoyed them. And they've been waiting for winter to come to gain their own troops so that we can have an advantage to wiping them out. So they've actually made that wall, and they have full control over it. And this whole time, the Night's King will just walk up to the wall, look at it, and then put his arms out wide, and then drop them, and the wall will come down.
This is your big one, that the wall is coming down.
The wall is coming down. I believe this will be the season finale for season 7, because it will just imagine you've just watched 7 brilliant episodes. You know, so much has happened, and then that wall goes down, and it just hits home so hard how screwed they are.
Yeah,
especially if they're still in the middle of turmoil between each other, and the wall comes down, and it just sends a signal to everyone, anyone watching. That's it. Battle of the Dawn is here.
Yeah. Isn't there also a no jokes please, an enchanted horn that is said, if you blow that, no jokes please, the wall will come down.
Yeah.
And supposedly someone found that.
Yeah, I believe it's been seen. I've seen a picture of it. It's really weird. I can't remember seeing it. Yeah.
And I
with the dragon glass.
Yeah, in like a little cachet, just randomly buried.
And at the wall, someone like, oh, shall we look at Sam's old stuff? Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a horn.
Might as well blow it.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no. But I imagine that wall coming down very fast. Well, not very fast. By the end of the season, that'll be it. And my last prediction, it's just pure hype. It's been hyped up for too long now. Cleganebowl. And for those who don't know, Cleganebowl being the two Clegane brothers, the Mountain and the Hound, finally having a fight.
Yeah.
And I think
this is the fight I want to see more than...
Yeah. And it was taken away from us when Tommen got rid of trial by combat. But it's back. Cersei's in charge now. She does whatever else she wants.
Anything goes.
Not necessarily that it will be that kind of fight, but I think it won't be a trial by combat, I don't think. It will be in the midst of a battlefield.
And then she's going to lock eyes.
Yeah. And that the Mountain would just knock everyone on the floor to get to him. And then possibly that the only way the Hound can beat him is with fire. Perhaps that will be the secret. It's like,
the irony.
Yeah.
That's how it has to go.
That's how it has to go. Perhaps maybe it fits in with Azor Ahai with Lightbringer, sword, flaming sword, or something like that. And then we were like, oh, it's him! Oh my god!
The Hound is Azor Ahai.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because he did die and come back again, didn't he? Kind of.
Yes.
And what's a bleeding star? It was born under
not important.
The fire. It was born under a bleeding star. The fire's red.
You're stretching it.
I'm really stretching it. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, Cleganebowl, please bring it on.
I want everything to be over. Everyone's happy. It's all resolved, and then those two just the last half hour of the last episode is just them brutally beating each other.
That would be brilliant. Yeah. So just to surmise our 10, 11-ish predictions, I'll go through mine. Littlefinger's going to marry Cersei after killing Robin. There will be a flashback scene for Harrenhal. And Howland Reed is the
Grand Maester.
Grand
Or whatever
Maester
it is,
for
yeah.
the Citadel, the leader of all of the Maesters, and that the wall's coming down and Cleganebowl.
And what did I have? Melisandre's going to die by fire.
Yeah.
Help me out here, man.
Melisandre's going to die by fire.
Oh, Hodor and the others are going to come back.
Hodor and the others
in
are
the
going to come back.
heartbreaking moment.
And Bran is the god.
Bran is God. And there was one more.
I can't remember. Oh, great memory.
Just go back and listen. if you liked it that much, you can go back and... Oh, we're going to hear the Azor Ahai prophecy.
And we're going to hear the Azor Ahai prophecy, yeah. Well, that's it from us two. If you've got any predictions, what do you think? Try to be specific. I know a lot when it comes to prediction, it's like, Jon Snow will win.
Nice.
Less of that, more of specifics, please. If you want to share your comments in the comment section below. I've been James Forbes.
And I've been Todd James.
Bye.
Let's explore this
thank
avenue.
God we're not brother and sister anymore. I've been waiting for this.
This tension has been palpable. Oh man, that's going to be a rough scene.
I can't wait
I
I
don't want it to happen, but I want to see it. Because the Iron Islands are on the west coast. They're not going to sail like round the bottom.